What's going on, everybody, and welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be previewing the Seahawks game on Sunday. I said I would probably do it either Thursday or Friday, and decided to do it today because I'm going to be busy on the weekend. My birthday passed on Tuesday, so I'm kind of going to have a busy weekend, just kind of celebrating and hanging out. My girlfriend, I'll be with my girlfriend, my family. We'll have a fun time. So I thought I'd get the video out today. I'm just going to be previewing the Seahawks game on Sunday and kind of go over the injuries and a signing we made. Just go over that a little bit. So if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Oh, and one more thing. I will be, at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about the live stream I plan on doing this year. So stay tuned for that at the end of the video. But let's get on with it. So, the Seahawks, we faced the New Orleans Saints on Sunday. We open up as 7.5-point favorites, so we are favored by by a touchdown, basically. If you saw the preview on YouTube, not a single person. Oh, there goes my internet. Oh well. If you saw the preview on YouTube, it said that everyone said that we were going to win, which I do not like. I do not like that at all because we normally do well when we're the underdogs, not the favorites. But you know what? Maybe that doesn't matter. You know what? That shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. A team is good. If a team is good, they're going to beat whoever they face. It's just simple as that. But it should be an interesting game. It's going to be a closer game than you guys think. You know how the Seahawks roll. They always play down to their opponent. So you got to expect this to be a close game. If it's a blowout, great. But I'm not expecting it to be a blowout, especially since we're having kind of some injury troubles right now. So, but I mean, we're facing Spencer Rattler, who I believe is entering the second year of his career. Yeah, he is a sophomore in the league. So far, he has played pretty well. I mean, 65% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no picks, QBR 57.5, which is respectable. And this is against good teams. This is against the Niners. This is against the Cardinals, who are have a good defense this year so far, and it's against the Niners, who have a good defense this year so far. So it's not like he's facing bum teams. Spencer Rattler has kind of put up fights against both these guys. Maybe it says more about the Niners and Cardinals than the Saints. It depends, because if we blow out these guys, it might say more about the Cardinals and the Niners than about the Saints themselves. So, because the Niners won by less than a touchdown, and the same when the Cardinals won by a touchdown. So by one score, both were one-score games. So that's why I'm expecting I'm expecting this game to be close. We have struggled mightily against home under Mike so far. We are 3-7 going back to last year under Mike at home, albeit with an 8-1 road record. You got to find a balance. You got to be able to win at home, and I know Mike knows that. I know Mike and the players know that, and I think we are going to be go out in this game because of the fact that we have not won. We won a bitter loss. We lost a bitter game against our division rival in week 1, which we should have won, and we just have not done well at home last year. 6 of our 7 losses were at home. Just think about that. Just imagine if we won 2 more games. We went 5-4. We would be in the playoffs and win the division, and probably the top 3 seed. We have to win at home. Mike knows that. The players knows that. So they have to go there. I'm sure they're going to be on their A game, I would hope. Spencer Rattler, like I said, he's played decently so far, but we have a good defense. We've shown to have a good defense so far, so we're going to have to show up and show out on our home turf, and we're going to have to get it done. Offense seems to have found something. They seem to have found something on Sunday against the Steelers. So against the highest paid defense in the league. I mean, we put up 24 points on them. Should have put 27 if Myers didn't miss a field goal, but our offense seems to have found something. So, and the thing is the Saints defense is okay. They're not half bad so far. 20 points. against the Cardinals, 26 against the Niners. So can't underestimate these guys. This is a trap game. We got to take a look at not the Lions. We got to take a look at the Giants last year. You cannot overlook that game at all. So we have to play this game like it's any other team. I'm sure, like I said, these guys know that. I would hope so, and I hope they play like it. That's the main thing. Can't be having mistakes. Can't be having penalties. That's for teams that are not supposed to be good. So far, we have been I think we're the least penalized team in the league so far, or at least top 3. Last I heard. So and that's good coaching right there. That's great discipline. We got to keep that up. So, and so far, I didn't really talk about this in the last video, but I reviewing the Steelers game. But like the O-line, if you've noticed, we have not really had many. Knock on wood, we have not had that many O-line penalties so far, and I can tell you why. We went from having an offensive line coach coming straight out of college to an offensive line coach that has 19 years in the NFL. And you wonder why. There you go. That's it. It's pretty clear cut and dry as to why we are doing better with penalties on the O-line, because we have somebody that knows what they're doing coaching these guys. So this is great to see, and if these guys continue to play solid and not have penalties, we will have success on the offense. So hopefully we can keep it up. I mean, I'm not going to expect this O-line to play perfect. They're human beings, but like the last year was really bad with penalties. So if we can just limit it to like one bad penalty a half or even a game, that'd be great. So there is that. I mean, we're just gonna have to get the ball to Walker. We're just gonna have to keep feeding other people that are doing well and going off, like Walker, like JSN. Cup showed some flashes in against the Steelers, so give the ball to him too. Elijah Arroyo had a couple nice catches. Like Sam Darnold, I feel like he's going to start really getting more and more continuity with these guys and chemistry with these guys as they play with them more. And Horton, same with Horton. Like he's fine. I think he's starting to find some comfort in not having to target just 1 or 2 people at a time, which is really, really good. And that is what Clint Kubiak, preaches about, is spreading the ball, having a spread out offense, in a balanced game. So far, we saw that against the Steelers, and I hope that we continue that trend, because if we do that, this offense will do well, just fine. So that's really good to see. In week 2, like I said, defense, people just got to show up. Byron Murphy seems to have turned a corner. Hopefully that game turned a corner for him, and he can start proving why we picked him first round overall. Because like we need these guys to hit. We can't be spending first round picks on people and then they're busts. So hopefully that was a turning point for him. And he'll continue to do well and get to near Pro Bowl status this year. Take a step up, if not Pro Bowl status. So. I know he's playing out of position. He's playing a nose tackle when he's really a 3-tech, but it is the NFL, and you got to adjust to what the coaches give you. So, and he has done that so far in that last game. So, right now we are firmly in the bottom of the NFC West. That's because the other 2 teams have won. It's still early in the season. As long as we get our business done, and these other guys take an L. So one of these guys are going to lose on Sunday, San Francisco or Arizona, because they play each other. Unless it somehow ends in a tie, which I doubt it. One of those guys are going to lose. So, and I'm hoping it's I hope it's San Fran, to be honest. I really do, but you never know. It's any given Sunday. I know Mac Jones is still in, but you saw what he did to the Saints. Even though it is the Saints, he still went off. It is Kyle Shanahan. So, but either way, I digress. But yeah, we just got to show up and show out on our home turf. It's as simple as that. Moving on to free agency signing, we signed someone from the Saints guard named Shane Lemieux. He was on the Saints last year and started the last 4 games of the season, I believe. Yeah, for New Orleans, which is good because he was with John Benton and he was with Kubiak, so there's some continuity there. So that's what we'd like to see. He's probably just reserve. I think he's just going to probably be back up behind either Zabel or Bradford if needed due to injury. So that's good. Really not much else to say other than it's just good. It's just good depth to have. And then moving on to the injury report, it's not looking good, to be honest. Derek Hall. Okay, well, Derek Hall was a full participant today, so I won't worry about him. But like, and Josh Jobe and Ernest Jones, and Abe Lucas. So all four of those guys were good. But the people that I'm worried about are not really worried about Nick Imamori because I have a feeling he's not going to play on Sunday, and we'll probably save him for the next Thursday against the Cardinals. But Zach Charbonnet, I'm a little worried about because this foot injury just came out of nowhere, and he hasn't practiced for 2 straight days. So I'm a little concerned about that. And then another one I'm really concerned about is Julian Love, who he's our Pro Bowl safety, and he has not he has not practiced in 2 straight days, which I'm also a little concerned about. Also with Witherspoon, he is nursing a knee injury right now, which I'm also not happy. Not that I'm not happy, but I'm just concerned about it. Also did not practice for 2 days straight. We did manage without him, but like we need to have him in. We need to have him in because he's our 5th overall pick, and he brings that energy to the team that we need. So we need him in. So I'm a little worried about that as well. Look at the Saints. They have a couple people that's not playing or practicing. The notable one right here is Chase Young, who has not practiced with back-to-back days with a calf injury. One of their tackles is already out. Another one of their tackles, probably either a backup and it could be their starter, but either way, one of their offensive tackles did not practice for 2 days straight. Trey Palmer had a hamstring, limited yesterday, but did not practice today, so that doesn't look good. Maybe unless he's resting it. And then another offensive tackle, Trevor Penning, limited practice for both days. So they're kind of going through some injuries as well. Especially if they don't have Chase Young, that's kind of massive because he's a good player when he's healthy. But right now we're in a spot where we don't want to start getting nuked. I know, because you got to be able to win early on, and you got to be able to win the middle part of the season as well. Last year we struggled in the middle part of the season, and we got to be able to win the middle part of the season. And hopefully people can stay healthy. Obviously, it's football. And things can happen. The Niners hurt every year. The Lions had the most people on IR last year. It's football. People are going to get hurt. But we did pretty well overall last year with not having a bunch of injuries. We don't want to go down that route. So I hope, obviously that's out of their control and it's out of our control. There's nothing that the organization can do, unfortunately. Just keep doing what they're doing with their training and with the athletic training and the doctors reviewing their injuries and stuff. But it just sucks, and we hope that the injury gods, will have mercy on us, basically. So, we'll see what happens. We still got one more day until some designations are going to start popping up. The people who I don't think are going to play are Imamori, and as much as I want him to play, I don't think Witherspoon's going to play as well. I'm kind of 50-50 about Charbonnet, but if he doesn't play tomorrow, if he doesn't practice tomorrow, I just don't think he's going to play on Sunday, which, hey, that gives George Holani a shot. Because obviously K9's the lead back, but it gives George Holani to be the number 2 and see what he can do. So, I'm a little worried about Torrey Horton, but I think he'll be okay and he'll play. Because he wants playing time. And, you got to prove yourself as a rookie in this league, even if you are injured. I think he's going to want to play. So, unless Coach McDonald's like, nah, we're going to make sure you're healthy, that's fair. But I do think he may end up playing. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't, though. But other than that, we seem to be, getting, other than these 4 players, or 5 players, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Other than these 5 players, we're okay. We have our star back. We have JSN. We have Cooper Kupp. We got Ernest Jones. We got Tyrese Knight. We got a lot of the starters we need. Jaron Reed, Murphy, Hall, Mafe. We got those guys. Bryant. We got everybody. Woolen, even though he performed well in week 2. And Job. We got all these guys still that will be okay in the event these other guys are not good to go. So, I do think the best way to attack these guys is you're going to have to keep running your game plan of spreading the ball out and running the ball especially. You got to run the ball. If we're going to be doing that balanced offense, we got to be running as much as we pass. Just like we had 29 carries to 33 passing attempts on Sunday, keep it around that ballpark. If you have to have a few more passing attempts than rushing attempts, that's totally fine. But when you have that whole 15 rush like a 15 difference, like it gets a little rough. Like 15 passing attempts more than 15 rushing attempts, like that gets a little rough, and that means you're going to be more predictable. So that's what we got to do. That's what Mike has stressed, and so far we've shown that in week 2 against the Steelers, and we got to show that again on Sunday against the Saints. So the best ways to do that is to like I said, just give the rock to K9 and give it to your running backs. Just disperse the ball to your playmakers and protect Darnold. Really, just protect Darnold. So far, we've done a pretty okay job of doing that. Much better than we had last year. I know he's been sacked a couple times, but overall, we've kept him upright long enough so that he can make plays. And even if the pocket breaks down, it gives him enough time to diagnose where he needs to go and where he can scramble to. I mean, to be fair, like that 3rd and 9 scramble drill, like that was an instant blitz. That was him. That's just his athleticism right there. That he got out of that and threw that pass to Barner to seal the game. But like that's what we got to do. We got to keep him upright, and he'll do us wonders. He will do us wonders. And then on the defensive side, kind of do what we did against A-Rod. Always get pressure on him. We always got a lot of pressure on him, and it affected his throws. Like you get pressure on the quarterback, you're going to force him to make throws that he doesn't want to throw. He threw 2 picks. One was kind of a throwaway pick at the end, but the first one was in the end zone, which is a huge interception, by the way. That's what you got to do. You just got to pressure Rattler, especially since Rattler, he's only in his 2nd year, and this is his 1st year like really starting. So he's still building that experience. You got to get after him and force him to make a mistake, essentially. And you got to stick to your man. Don't commit penalties. Don't overcommit. Stuff like that. That's how you do it. But yeah. But I think that's all I have for this video. After I post this video, speaking of the live stream I mentioned earlier, so I'm gonna be doing a watch along live stream for one of the primetime games this year. It could be as soon as the one next week. It could be the one against the Commanders. It could be the one against the Rams. I will make a poll after I post this video, and basically just we'll do the poll, and if it gets enough traction. Or I'll leave it up for like a week. And if it gets enough traction, like let's say the Cardinals is like the top pick, I'll do the Cardinals. But if not, then I will not do the Cardinals, and I'll just keep it open for a couple of weeks so that you guys can see it and see which you guys can decide on the other 3 primetime games we have this year on which one you want me to do a watch-along stream. So stay tuned for that after I post the video. And if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. And go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.